Good day, people on Earth. How's it going? So, welcome to the newest season of Bright Your Podcast. I'm your new host, your dashing, dauntless debonair, Dan.
Wow.
Whoop whoop. Okay, well, welcome to our season two, right?
Yes.
Yes, and for this brand new season, well, just expect that it's gonna be a little bit different, but one thing's for sure, it's gonna be bolder, it's gonna be spontaneous and more exciting. So we're gonna have some fun this season.
Wow. Yes.
Yes, and you've probably heard her already. our first um our first guest
Guest. Mm-hmm.
for our second season is none other than my Gausest, my cousin.
Yes.
I claim it. Miss
Yay. Hello,
Irish.
everyone.
Welcome to our new season,
Yes.
Irish.
Thanks for
And
having me
of
again.
course, yes, because I remember you're the first guest of the first
First
season, right?
season. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
What made you come back?
Because you asked me to. I have no choice.
Yes. Yes, yes. Well, first thing,
Yeah.
how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. And you?
I'm also good. I'm excited for this new season, and
Yeah.
thank you so much, Brighter, for giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
Yes. And so, Irish,
Dan.
yes. So, like I said earlier, Irish and we call each other cousins.
Yeah.
We claim we don't know. We
We
actually
don't know
don't
if
know.
it's
Yes.
true.
We don't know our DNA if we really match, but um, I think our ancestors come from one place,
Mm.
as we believe. But
And coincidentally, both on our mother's side.
true,
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Yes. It's in a small town in a province called Bohol.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when we learned that, we started calling each other cousins. And
Cousins. We claimed it
yes.
immediately.
And regardless, I'm going to be her cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you say about that?
Well, I agree. And I like it. I like having a cousin at work.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Having a family at
Yes.
work. Okay, so how's your year so far? Since the last time that you guested
Mm-hmm.
in Bright Chirp podcast.
Well, it's been busy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
thinking of podcast topics.
Uh-huh.
Because even though I sometimes come in as a guest,
Uh-huh.
I do the most of the
Editing.
behind
Yes.
the scenes
Yes.
thing, which is more tiring than the actual recording.
That is true.
Right. Yeah. And like you mentioned, I also do the editing, just a little bit of editing,
Uh-huh.
removing some things
Mm-hmm.
on the podcast. Yeah. And what else? That's it. And oh, this year I decided to change my life a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I enrolled in a gym.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Enrolled in a gym with a lock-in period.
Oh my gosh. For how many
So that
months?
for 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Because before, a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I already tried enrolling in a gym or
Yeah.
having a gym membership. But,
Mm-hmm.
there are days that I get lazy. I am very lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lazy person by nature.
Guilty
so,
right here.
so, in my previous gym memberships, there are most days I don't go.
Mm-hmm.
Some days I go. And when I go, I just joined like dance classes, stuff
Oh.
like that. I
Mm-hmm.
never lift weights. I never
Mm-hmm.
do actual
Mm-hmm.
workout sessions. But this time around, I'm like, I'm going to be 36 this year. I have to change something because
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel healthier.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to grow old feeling
Mm.
weak. I want to grow old still feeling as if I'm
Mm.
25.
Oh.
Mm. Wow,
Okay.
that's a very high
Yes.
goal to reach. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I decided to, take the first step and join a gym membership with a lock-in period
Mm-hmm.
so that so that I will be forced to go. Because if I don't go or if I have a few days of absence, I'll have to pay a penalty fee.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
it's higher than the monthly membership fee.
So how many times do you have to go a week?
There's no required day of how many times you should go,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't go for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or so,
Mm-hmm.
they like um ask you for a penalty or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then you really
Yeah, I
have to,
really
right?
have
Yeah,
to go
you're
at
gonna be
least
forced.
once a week. I go,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
I try to go at least 3 times a week.
And how is it so far?
So far, it's hurting my body, but I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
But
Just trust the process.
yes, I
Mm,
have to. I mean,
yeah.
it's just my second month.
Uh-huh.
And I'm proud to say I've lost a bit of fat. What do you call that? Body fat
Mm,
percentage, something. So
mm,
I lost a
mm,
little bit of that. But,
mm,
it's progress.
mm.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I just have to echo on something on that. I know I had to have a follow-up question.
Yeah, yeah.
They say that when you're exercising or whatnot, it has effects on your body, like
Mm,
physically, but it also has effects on your mental state. Like, do
mm.
you experience that, given
Yes,
that you're
yes. I noticed like I think just 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, I
Mhm.
noticed that every time I finish my workout, I feel tired, yes, but I'm happy.
Oh.
Like like I feel very positive. It's like even if it's gonna have a storm or whatever,
Uh-huh.
I'm still okay. Like something that kind of happiness.
Oh,
Very,
okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, I feel happy afterwards.
Like after you work out or
Yeah,
like
after my session when I go home, I'm
Mhm.
tired, physically tired, but I feel like my mental state, emotional state, it's like I'm content.
Mhm.
I'm positive.
Mhm.
Like I'm ready for the next day.
Maybe it's also that you've achieved something, that's why you feel happier,
Maybe,
like
yes, but I guess I heard somewhere that whenever you exercise, you release some kind of hormones or
hormones.
whatever. And that's what makes you happy. That's why a lot of people really advocate for like exercising because it's
Mm,
not only good for the physical body, but
yeah.
it's also good for the brain. So you should try it.
Well, since you asked me earlier, well, I've tried that before going to the
Mm,
gym, but I enrolled in a 6 month um
membership.
program. Yeah, it's like a membership, not a
Mm.
program. But I ended up just going like 2 times. Yes,
In
I
the
know.
whole
I know.
6 months.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I paid the whole
You're
thing
worse
and
than me.
I know, I know. So I never enrolled in anything like that again. But
Mm,
a lot of people would always tell me that you're working from home, you're
mm,
just sitting down all day, you need to move at least.
mm.
And so I think I was like a week ago when I started waking up earlier, and then I started running.
Wow.
Yes, but not
Nice.
every day, of
Mm.
course,
Well,
because
it's a start.
yes,
Mm,
I did it one Sunday and
mm-hmm,
last week, Wednesday,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, that was that though.
And how do you feel after?
Um, it was a lot for me because
Mm,
I'm really not a physical person,
mm.
and so it was kind of very exhausting. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I ran for about like a kilometer maybe,
Mm,
and
okay.
then I came back home and then went straight to the bed. Like and I was like, my legs were sore for days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that. I understand that pain. Though I don't run, but I understand that pain.
Yes, and yeah, but I'm kind of like my mindset now. I think it's all about mindset, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
mindset. Mm.
mindsetting, and so I'm really trying my best now to program my mind that I should be doing something like that because we're not getting any younger, like you
Yeah,
said.
that is true.
And
Mm.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of those things that my dad used to feel.
That's the natural what process of
Yeah,
aging.
yes, yes.
Mm,
And I'm
yeah,
feeling all those with my body, with my eyes, with
yeah. Everything.
almost everything. Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, I think it's necessary as we
Mm,
age, right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, how about your diet now since you are exercising?
Mm, my diet hasn't really changed that much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I started changing my diet. What 4 year? No, 6 years ago, I think, when I was diagnosed with diabetes.
Oh.
Everyone in Brighton knows
Mm-hmm.
that. I changed my diet. I changed my lifestyle, and I was able to reverse my diabetes within a year.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because the numbers were good, I started. You
That's
know,
it. Yes.
that said, because the numbers were good, I started going back to my unhealthy
uh,
habits. And, my blood sugar is like ungood. And some days it's good, some days it's bad. So there are good days, there are bad days.
mm,
But what I did with my diet is I did a low carb diet.
mm.
So I don't eat all high carbs. I don't eat bread. I don't eat rice.
Do you
Of
really
course,
count?
sweet. I don't count calories. I
Okay.
hate counting calories. I
Okay.
hate anything that involves numbers.
Okay.
I'm not good with numbers, so I
Okay.
don't count calories. What I do is just I omit a food that has high carbs in it. So
Mm.
of course it's available on the internet. You can type down low carb foods, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this term called glycemic index. So
Mm.
that's the amount of sugar in a particular food.
Mm.
So I just focus on foods that have a low glycemic index.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, like I said, I remove breads because that's complex carbs, rice,
Oh,
the staple Filipino food.
that's so painful.
Yes, it was very difficult at first because, of course, as Filipinos, Asians, rice
Yes.
is life.
Yes.
And that's like a big no no in the low carb diet.
Uh-huh.
But because I got sick that time, so I had the motivation.
Uh,
I was hospitalized, so
mm.
I said to myself, I don't want to go to the hospital again.
Yeah.
So every time I think of rice, I think of hospital. So
Hospital bed.
yeah, hospital bed, all the hospital food,
The bills.
the bills, number one.
Yes.
Very bad experience. So that's why I was able to remove rice in my diet.
Uh-huh.
I did the low carb diet for like 3 months, 4 months or so. And with that, I also added intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think you already know what intermittent fasting
But for those
is.
people who are
Yes.
listeners,
For those who don't know, intermittent fasting is where you have a certain number of hours in which you will just eat, and then the rest of the hours you fast. You don't eat. You can, if you're hungry, you just drink water, black coffee, or tea. I did that I did together. That's called an LCIF diet, low carb intermittent fasting diet. I did that for like 3 to 4 months, like strictly did that for three to
okay.
four months. I lost I think 5-6 kilograms in that time. I was really happy,
Mm-hmm.
and again, the same cycle happened.
Right after.
Yes, when I weighed myself. And but unfortunately I started that lifestyle September. So after 3 months it was December, Christmas time, and then
Oh
New
my
Year.
gosh.
So
And that's the
yeah, I happy because I lost weight
mm,
before Christmas season, but then
okay.
I gained it all back in 2 weeks. It's
The
just like
worst.
so me.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, after that, I had, until now I really have difficulty going back to the strict low carb diet that
Uh-huh.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to do rather. So I just focused on intermittent fasting because I find that it's easier for me to follow.
Mm.
And I noticed that my body digests food really slowly. Like
Uh
I don't know, but really slow. So
like
when I,
metabolism or
yeah, my
something.
metabolism is really slow. So when I do fasting, I give my body a chance to really digest everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel good afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I do mostly 18-hour fast. So I don't eat for 18 hours. And then for the next 6 hours, that's when I eat. But I only eat when I'm hungry. It's not really necessary. One rule for intermittent fasting is you eat when you're hungry.
Mm.
Let's say in my schedule, I my feasting time or my eating time is between 2 p.m. and 8.
Mm.
Is that 6 hours? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6 hours. When I'm not hungry at 2, I don't really eat. So I just wait a little further until I feel hungry. And how you feel hungry, or the symptoms or the signs that you feel hungry, differs from person to person.
Mm.
Some people would feel like their stomach gurgling. That's the
Yes.
common thing, right?
Yes.
But for me, when I'm hungry, I have a headache. That's my
Uh-huh.
signal.
Okay.
When my stomach is gurgling, I just drink water.
Okay.
For me, that's not hunger. That's just my
Uh-huh.
stomach, I don't know, whining that there's no food.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't eat. I just drink water and then it all goes away. But when I have a headache, that's the time I eat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I start eating a little bit, and then continue, and then I stop eating by 8 p.m.
So does that mean you only eat like once a day?
Once or twice a day. Yeah, because there are days, depending on my, because as a woman, we
Mm-hmm.
have like different cycles.
Cycles.
Yeah, we have different our hormones are
Yeah.
raging. So there are times that I feel really hungry or my appetite is really high. So I
Mm-hmm.
eat on time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I eat beyond the
Mm-hmm.
6 hours,
Okay.
and sometimes that I don't feel hungry at all. So I can fast as long as, I think the longest I've fasted is 26 hours. And I
Wow.
just drank water. And for I feel good. Actually, I feel really good with the
But
24-hour
is that
hour
good for
fast.
your gut though?
It's not good for a long time.
Okay.
24-hour fasting is very bad if you do it like all the
All the
time.
time.
It's good if you do it at least once a week. At least give your body time to oxidize, not oxidize, digest everything you've eaten, give your
Mm-hmm.
body time to
Mm-hmm.
recuperate from
Mm-hmm.
all the buffets that
Mm-hmm.
you've eaten.
Yes.
Stuff. Yeah, it works for me, but I
Uh-huh.
understand it does not work for everyone though. There
Mm-hmm.
are some people who just do calorie counting. They love that, counting
Mm.
whatever. Some people, they do other lives. They do the ketogenic diet,
Yeah.
which is kind of similar to low carb, but yeah.
But I'm curious, like, have you ever cheated?
Of course, many times. One thing I like about intermittent fasting is there's no food restriction. You can eat
Eat
whatever.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat whatever as long as you give your body time to fast.
But like in terms of the amount, so during the 6 hours, you
Mm.
can eat as much as you can.
As much as
Oh,
your body can tolerate. But of course, too much of everything is bad.
of course.
Even
Yeah.
if you do intermittent fasting, but then during your eating window, you go to a buffet restaurant all the time and you eat a lots and lots of
Mm,
what, donuts,
yeah.
cakes,
Yeah.
ice cream.
It's also not
It's
good.
nothing's gonna happen.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. But
Mm.
I feel like, like you said, for a lot of people, maybe they would think myself included, I think it's really difficult
Yeah, it
to
is.
do that. So how, like during the time that you started doing this, like how did you feel? Was it like were there any times that you cried because something is there, like your favorite food is in the table and then you just can't eat it?
What's funny is when I'm outside, it's easier for me to resist temptation.
Oh,
I can always say no. Whenever, like, especially here at the office, we
mm,
used to have like monthly
dinners.
dinners here,
Yeah.
right? We have cakes, we have
Yes.
all those yummy foods. I don't get tempted, to be honest.
Ah, I observe that also. Every
Yeah.
time ask you like, "Go, says, come on, let's eat, have some," and you always say like, you just stare at the food and then, no, like that.
Yeah, I don't get tempted. I don't know why. But when I'm at home,
Mm-hmm.
when family invites me to eat, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
it's very difficult to say no.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe because it's family.
Yeah.
It's hard
And
to
it's
say
comfort
no.
food, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are at home, you
Yeah.
feel comfortable, whatever. So it's very difficult for me to resist food, especially foods that I like when I'm at
Mm-hmm.
home. But when I'm outside, I'm okay if I don't eat. I don't
Mm.
get tempted whatsoever.
Mm.
But,
But
at
it takes a
first,
lot of discipline.
yeah, it does. It really does. But when you said like crying or whatever, I didn't do that. I didn't experience that. It
Mm.
was difficult, yes, but like I said, I did that because it was necessary at that
Mm.
time because I got
Mm.
sick.
Mm.
If I wasn't
Mm.
hospitalized, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't even think of going on a diet.
Okay. So
So it only
is it
happened because it
uh
was a necessity for
yeah,
me to
yeah.
change my lifestyle because I
Yeah.
got sick.
Mm.
But if I were a healthy person, why would I go on a diet,
Right,
right?
because food is life. I
Yeah,
mean,
there are a lot of how delicious foods in the
yes,
world.
exactly. But, I'm curious because, you basically have to do it and you disciplined yourself in doing it,
Mm.
right? But that's one thing. But how about the people that are surrounding you? How did they come about with the situation? Because I think for a lot of people also that are surrounding people who have that same condition, I feel like
Mm.
they will also adjust to you,
Mm.
right? Let's just talk real
Mm.
in this case, right? So how are they, coping? with it, or
Mm,
maybe?
yeah, it's a huge adjustment actually. So in my household, it's just me and my partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I do most of the cooking. So
Mm-hmm.
I cook two separate foods. And it stresses me out like every day. I have to think of what food I have to eat, and I also have to think of what food he has to eat.
Yeah.
So it's because we have different preferences,
Yeah.
dietary preferences, not food preferences. Because whatever I like, sometimes he doesn't want to eat. Because my
Mm-hmm.
foods are like basically
Healthy, healthy.
bland, yeah,
Yeah.
healthy, healthy. That's in the Philippines, healthy,
Yeah.
healthy,
Yeah.
which which relates to something that's bland,
Yeah.
flavorless, no
Yeah.
salt, no sugar,
Mm.
healthy, healthy
Yeah.
food. But for him, he doesn't have that kind of food restriction, so
Yes.
he can eat anything. So
Yeah.
I make sure that he eats something that's for him is tasty.
Yeah.
So when I cook food for him, I don't taste it when I cook it.
Oh.
So when he eats it, I say, "How's the taste? Do we need salt? Do we need?" So I let him do the tasting.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's a
It's
tag
difficult.
team
Yeah, it's
in the
more
kitchen.
difficult, I think. It's difficult both for both of us
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I have there would be times that we can't eat together at the same
Yeah.
time because I have my own eating time, he has his own.
Mm.
Yeah, but we manage. We're able to manage, yeah, so far. No quarrels so far, no fights about food so
No,
far.
I mean, yeah, like you have to do it,
Yeah, I have
right?
to.
So, like people around you should kind of like adjust and be mindful and possibly like understanding
Mm.
about the situation.
It's easier to adjust here because it's just me and my partner. But when I go back home in my
Mm,
province in Bohol, there are more family
yeah.
members.
And it's so tired to explain to them.
Yeah, and I always explain. They always ask me, "Let's eat, let's eat. Why are you not eating?" I have to explain again, and they just no matter how much I explain, it's I don't know. They don't they
Mind.
understand, but they don't remember.
Uh-huh.
They don't keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, because gatherings like that, it's just like the focus is to have fun. And
Mm,
like for Filipinos, for those of you who don't know, for Filipinos, like food, like dinner table is kind of like the place where we all have fun,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. So it's also understanding. We can't take that against them
yeah.
also. So it's really just your self-discipline,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
just me. And like right now my mom also needs like a specific dietary lifestyle. She
Mhm.
has to
Mhm.
follow a certain dietary lifestyle.
Mhm.
I tell him not him. I tell her what she has to eat and
Mhm.
what she has to avoid.
Mhm.
She doesn't follow it. I don't know why.
I observe that with older
Older people,
people.
right?
Yeah, like you
Very
tell them one thing, they just don't listen.
they're very stubborn.
Right.
That's why I'm very thankful that I was diagnosed with this disease at an early
Early age.
age
Uh-huh.
because I'm not as stubborn as when I'm older, I think.
Yes,
So I
yes.
get to change, do
Yes.
things what I want, and
Uh-huh.
live life longer, live a
Mhm.
longer life,
Mhm.
hopefully.
But another thought I have. So you were diagnosed in an early age, and a lot of people would possibly think that you will no longer going to enjoy your life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what most people would think.
Yes, yes. So, because there's a lot of restrictions.
Mm,
You can eat that, you can do this, you can't
mm.
do that. So, how do you come about that? How do you settle yourself with those type of things?
Actually, right now it's very easy to it's not yeah it's very easy to have this kind of lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
because of the alternatives that we have right now,
Ah, yeah.
like especially with the low carb lifestyle. I don't
Mm-hmm.
It's not a diet. Low carb is not a diet, it's a lifestyle because
Mm-hmm.
once you do it you have to like really you have
Mm-hmm.
to change your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, for the low carb lifestyle, there are a lot of alternatives now. If you want to eat cake, there's a low carb cake. If you
Oh.
want to eat bread, there's low carb bread.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of low carb alternatives, so
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason really to not enjoy
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of delicious foods. We have more choices right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice.
Well, thanks to those people who made
Yeah, who
these
made
things,
this? Yes, thank you so much,
all
guys.
the
Thank
scientists
you.
and all, right? Because you still get to have fun, and
Yeah. There's even like a low carb pizza right now. So
Nice,
yeah.
nice. But speaking of that, like, so not a lot of people also would have that choice, not because, it doesn't taste good or whatnot, but I think it's more expensive, more costly
Mm,
than, the regular food that
yeah.
regular people would eat.
True.
Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
what do you think about that?
Well, that is true. That is a fact. It's more costly with the
Mm-hmm.
ingredients, but if they don't have the budget, then they shouldn't eat it. Simple as that.
So stay with the tasteless things.
Yeah, stay with the tasteless things. You don't need the budget. You'll save more if you don't buy salt, if you don't buy sugar,
Yes,
right? You
yes.
get to save money.
Or just, YOLO. Just
Yo,
eat whatever.
yeah.
Die young.
I have this neighbor who's also diabetic,
Mm-hmm.
but she's diabetic for much longer than me,
Mm-hmm.
and she still drinks Coke
Mm-hmm.
almost every day.
What?
Yes, and I don't drink Coke. I stopped drinking soft drinks
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or juices,
Mm-hmm.
any kind of liquids.
Mm-hmm.
For cakes, breads, and stuff like that, eat it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But the neighbor, she drinks Coke almost
Oh
daily.
my gosh.
And whenever she doesn't have Coke, she's gonna like, what do you call that? She's gonna have tantrums,
How old
something.
is she?
She's old. Actually, she
Ah,
already
okay.
died. Sorry.
Um, oh my god.
Sorry. But she didn't die because of her illness, because of an accident. But
Okay.
anyways, but
Well, I
yeah.
salute her.
Yeah. Really, I admire her so much because
Yeah.
despite her illness, despite being diabetic, she still lived a
She gets
long
to,
life.
yes, she gets to live
Yeah.
her life as
If the
well.
accident didn't happen, she would
Mm-hmm.
still be alive right now.
Oh my gosh. That a
Yeah.
girl.
Yes. That is true. There are some people like that. I don't know why. They're like, they have really strong bodies.
Well, maybe it's also mindset. Like if you keep on thinking about like I've heard about this, if you keep on
Okay.
thinking about your disease or whatnot, it gets worse. But if you just
Um,
don't and you just try to live on, I think that would also affect your
your
body.
body
Yeah,
follows.
yeah,
Maybe. Maybe. I don't
yeah.
know.
But it's better be safe than
Yeah.
sorry,
True.
right? So
Yeah.
if you can do what you're doing right now, then, that would be, a better option,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, be disciplined, be
Then YOLOing and die early.
yeah. We don't want to die early, right?
YOLOing.
Yeah. And I think in diabetes as well, it's not just like, of course, the end game would
Yeah.
be, 6 feet below the
Under.
ground, right?
Yeah.
But there's other things also that you might suffer from,
Mm, mm,
aside
mm.
from that. Like I've heard that you can be
Yeah.
amputated or something.
Actually, sugar is the number one like enemy of
Yes.
us human
Well,
beings.
yeah, actually,
Because, it has it's the cause of a lot of diseases, not just diabetes.
yeah.
It causes high blood pressure,
Even cancer, I
even
think. Yeah.
cancer, heart attacks,
Yes.
heart illnesses,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You get amputated because your blood is very thick because of the high amount of sugar in your
Yeah.
blood. So
Oh,
stuff like that. So sugar is the number one. Sugar is our enemy.
but sugar is so good.
Yeah, sugar is more addicting than cocaine, actually.
Yeah.
I heard it somewhere. Yeah, sugar is the most addictive substance in the world.
Because
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, who can say no to a bar of chocolate?
Yeah.
Can you say no now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
pause.
But do you eat even if,
Yeah, I do. I eat chocolate, but
with
ever
moderation?
yes, yes, in moderation. But I don't like milk chocolate or white chocolate. I've always been a fan of dark
Dark chocolate.
chocolate.
And
The
it's
d-
healthier, I think.
they
Dark.
say it is, but
Okay.
I don't think about the healthy part. If it's
Uh-huh.
chocolate, I don't think if it's healthy or not.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
who does that?
Right.
But I love dark chocolate like
Mm-hmm.
75% and
Mm-hmm.
above. I
Mm-hmm.
can even eat like 99%
Mm-hmm.
chocolate, which is like cocoa already. That's
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I can eat that. I like that. I like the bitter taste of chocolate.
So is that something that you can't resist? Like,
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate,
I
dark
should
chocolate. If it's milk, I don't like it. I
I
don't
should
like
bring you
the.
one.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes. Not
But
that I want you
this
to
is already
die.
recorded, so you
Yes.
shouldn't go
Oh
back
my
on your word.
gosh. All right, all right. Okay. But yes, well, it's really better for everyone to be healthy.
Yeah, it is. It's much better, and we get to live. Aside from living healthier lives, we also are in a better mental state,
Yeah, sure.
emotional state, which
Sure.
is very, very important as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people only focus on physical health.
Yeah,
They don't think about the mental and emotional state.
actually.
They should
Yeah.
also think about that.
Yeah. And it actually is connected, right?
Mm.
So if your mental health is not good, it would also
If
affect your
yeah,
physical. So,
yes, true.
right. I just have one more thing. Because diabetes is an illness, what do you call that? Like a lifestyle
A lifestyle.
disease.
There are actually two types of diabetes.
Okay.
Type one, which is inborn, so you
Okay.
can't. It's irreversible.
Okay.
Type two is the lifestyle
Lifestyle.
disease.
And do you have,
Type two,
so it's lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Okay. So if there's one person you should be blaming, it is yourself.
Yourself.
Yes.
That is true.
So if there's one thing that you would have done differently in your past, what would that be in terms of your physical health?
I think I
Or
would
is
have.
there any?
I think I would have started eating healthy at a younger
Mm-hmm.
age. I think only that. With the foods that, with my lifestyle before, I mean, I don't want to change anything because
Mm-hmm.
I had fun. I had no regrets.
Okay.
Even though I got sick, I had no
Yes.
regrets. I
Yes.
have no regrets. That's a
Okay.
fact. But if I could change something, maybe just eating healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Only that.
And start young.
Yeah, start
Mm.
young. Start to eat healthier at a young age. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe that's what I'll do with my future kids. Practice them to eat healthy at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, like I noticed a lot of families bring their small kids to Jollibee
Yeah.
fast food restaurants,
Yeah.
right? And it's a treat. They give especially French fries. They give it
Mm-hmm.
as a treat to make
Mm.
the kid shut up,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
If you want ice cream, you want this, you want that. So food
Yeah.
is what makes the kids shut up, and and is very unhealthy. It's an
Mm.
unhealthy practice. Mm.
So it's also like the parents also can be blamed for lifestyle diseases. Because I feel like we
Yeah,
can train, kids to
yeah,
eat healthier at the young age.
yeah.
Yeah.
Parents, our ancestors can they should be blamed. No, just kidding. But yeah, I think it's more on we have to, as a society, we have to have access. I mean, we have to be informed
Mm-hmm.
that this is bad, that this is good,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see that. Okay, but you mentioned earlier that you should also take care of your mental health,
Mm.
right? Now, when you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes,
Mm.
what was your like how were you? Like how did you accept it? How
Mm.
was your mental health in processing things? Because that's a different it's a hard pill to swallow
Mm.
if you
Mm.
know that you're sick, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I was fine.
Oh. I think that's the one thing that I admire you the most. Like everything is fine. Like she doesn't care. If things are happening around you like very stressful and all, she's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
fine.
it's not that I don't care. It's like it already happened. I
Okay.
can't control
Yes.
what's already happened,
Okay.
right? So if I get depressed or if I cry over it, it's more on me.
Uh-huh.
It's not
Uh-huh.
on the
Uh-huh.
situation. So whatever happens to my life, of course I feel sad a little bit, but
Uh-huh.
then I think immediately like, okay, it happened. I'm fine as long as I'm okay. I'm fine. Something like that. When I
Uh-huh.
was diagnosed with diabetes at that age, I was like, I remember thinking, okay, this is it. It's like, because I was kind of expecting it, because it runs in the family.
Ah,
Diabetes, high
okay.
blood pressure.
Okay.
It's a hereditary
Oh my
disease
gosh,
on
does it?
both sides,
Okay.
mom and dad.
Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
might have
So I
it.
got the jackpot.
Oh my god.
My brother doesn't feel a thing. He drinks
Oh.
Coke more than me. He has vices. He
Mm.
eats anything, but at how old is my brother? At 31, he doesn't feel anything.
I think in that case, like a lot of people would suffer in the later life, though. I feel like if they
Yeah.
have like vices and all, and they're gonna die soon. I mean, they're gonna die earlier.
Earlier, yeah,
Yeah,
but I hope he's gonna, well,
of course,
anyways.
he's your brother, so.
Yeah, so I hope he'll be fine. But anyways, going back to me, I remember thinking, okay, this is it. I'm a pure blood part of the
Oh
family.
my
I'm not
god.
adopted or something like that. But I
Acceptance.
accept it
Yes.
wholeheartedly. But for me, I just, and my the rest of my family members, they were like, that's what. How do you say that in English? Like in Bisaya, it's like mirisi, because kasi
Ah,
kikagkao nagtamis. In
that's what
English,
you
how,
get.
yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get from eating a lot of sweet
Yeah.
foods and stuff like that. So they always tell me that, and I'm like, okay. But inside, I was thinking it's better. After they said that, I thought to myself, it's better this way, that
Mm-hmm.
I found it at an early age,
Yeah.
because I can still change myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can, especially in this like day and age, like
Mm-hmm.
everything can be searched online,
Mm-hmm.
and then doctors are highly accessible right
Mm-hmm.
now, and like
True.
in the past, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not happy. I don't want to say the word happy. Grateful. I'm grateful that it happened to me at a time that I can still change my diet, that I can still control my lifestyle.
That it's not too late.
That, yeah, that it's not too late.
Mm.
Yeah, it's perfect timing.
Okay.
If there's such a
Well,
thing for the disease.
oh my gosh. But I love the fact that you flipped it into something that is, a learning experience,
Yes.
right? It's
Mm.
something that I think you took it in a positive way. And
Mm.
not a lot of people would do that or can do that,
Mm.
right?
I noticed.
So
Yeah.
what's in your brain? I mean,
I don't know. I think maybe because of my childhood and how I was raised, maybe.
okay.
Cuz
You were raised in,
here in Cebu,
okay.
yeah. And I'm not sure if my family members will listen to this, but
Please listen, family
please
members. I'm
don't
going to send
listen,
this to
family
you.
members. But growing up, my family members would always not bully, but tease me
Hmm.
because I'm fat, because I
Oh,
eat
you
a lot.
were.
Yeah, because I have like scabies. That's like a
Oh,
that doesn't sound
so
good,
you
but
were that
some
kid.
I was that kid.
Oh my gosh.
So
Where were you crawling when you were a kid?
oh, I was fat, I was dark, I had scabies. I
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I was that kid.
Okay.
So my family would like tease me, but it's more like insult. But let's say
Okay.
it in a positive
All right. Tease.
tease.
All
All
right.
right, they
Family,
would tease.
listen. It's a childhood trauma.
Yeah, it's a childhood trauma, exactly. So it taught me to be, to be strong. I think
Okay.
because at that time when you're young, you can't really do anything because
Mm-hmm.
family members are older than you.
Having a
Y-
thicker skin.
Yeah, you have to respect them. So
Mm.
whatever they tell you, you shouldn't say something back, or
Yes,
else they
yes.
will be madder.
Filipino culture.
Yeah, it's Filipino culture. So I just kept it all in, and I kept it all inside, and I think it made me stronger. It
Mm-hmm.
gave me a thick skin, like
Mm-hmm.
you said. So whenever something, since then, whenever something's bad that's gonna happen to me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't take it personally. So even when I was, I mean, and that didn't stop when I was a kid. In high school, friends started teasing me,
Mm-hmm.
just teasing each other, with all those insecurities and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
underwent that stage.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of insecurities because, I was a kid that had
Yes.
scabies.
Oh my god. Why do you keep on repeating that? The scabies girl. Okay.
When I was younger, I was so ashamed of it, but right now I'm like, I'm
Oh my
proud.
god. Look at me
Anyway,
now.
look at me now. I
Right?
don't have scabies anymore.
Not anymore.
That's a glow up. Anyway, anyways, yeah. Even in high school, I was teased a lot. I had a lot of insecurities. Then in college, um, I had friends, but I felt like they weren't as close to me as I feel like I'm close to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt betrayed,
Mm-hmm.
but
Left out.
yeah, I felt laughed out and stuff like that. So at that time, those bad experiences like made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't easily get no well, I get hurt, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I manage my emotions. I can manage my emotions better than most people.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, mindset.
No, but I feel like if it happened to me, like if I will be left out or ostracized by my own family, I would take it negatively still. So I think you just have that quality, that positive thinking.
Maybe,
I think it's different for a lot of for some people.
maybe. Prayers
S-
also help.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Because right now, I think as I'm getting older, I pray more.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't see you as religious though.
I'm not religious. I
Okay.
don't go to church every Sunday. I'm not
Okay.
that type of person, but I pray every day.
Mm.
And yeah, I pray every day. I just whatever. It's like because when I was younger, I have my own diary, so I write
Mm-hmm.
my feelings.
Oh,
Because I was teased.
yeah.
I had no
Childhood trauma.
childhood trauma. I had no friends to talk to share my
Uh-huh.
problems with. So
Uh-huh.
I write everything in my
Yeah, because you
diary.
have scabies, so
Yeah, I had
no kid would ever go near you.
befriend a
Yes.
kid with scabies. Yeah, so I had a diary, but then when I was in college, I I was busy, very
Mm-hmm.
busy with a lot of stuff, so I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't able to write my diary. And then yeah, I started praying more.
Mm-hmm.
Even until now, I wanted to read the Bible because they
Mm-hmm.
say like the Bible is
Like
your
answer.
not the answer. It's your line of communication to God.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to read the Bible, but I just don't have the patience for it, especially in the first part where Adam is the
Uh-huh.
father of blah
Uh-huh.
blah
In
and
Genesis,
something
yeah.
is the father. That's like one whole chapter of
Yes. I
ancestry, and
yes.
I don't know these people. So I just stopped at the first page. But this year, aside from going to the gym, I also decided to read the Bible daily.
Oh.
But I don't read the like hardbound books. I
Uh-huh.
use the Bible app
Oh, okay.
because it reminds me that you have to read. It gives me certain books just to
Mm-hmm.
read,
Mm-hmm.
certain verses
Mm-hmm.
to read, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
get pressured that I have to read the entire book
Mm-hmm.
of Genesis in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a few portions that I have to read.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also verse of the day, guided prayer,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that daily. Sometimes I skip 2 or 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
but I would try to go back
Mm-hmm.
and to those missed pages. Yeah. It helped. It helps me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I started it this year, January, with a
Oh,
Bible
okay.
reading because they
Okay.
have like a Bible plan, something. They
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of plans in the Bible app. But
Mm-hmm.
I started reading the verse of the day last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm. Maybe some people that are listening to us, especially our students, maybe they don't have religion and probably
Mm,
they don't have the God that we believe
mm,
in, right? So,
yeah.
do you have like an alternative, or do you encourage them to read and try to read the Bible or something?
I don't wanna I don't wanna encourage people to read the Bible
Mm-hmm.
because I know it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult for me that I'm a Catholic. What
Mm-hmm.
more if you don't have a
Yeah.
religion,
Yeah.
right? And you say someone read the Bible, blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an insult to them because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a religion.
Mm-hmm.
So I say just do whatever works for them.
Mm-hmm.
There is yoga. They can do
Mm-hmm.
yoga.
Mm-hmm.
They can meditate.
Mm-hmm.
There's meditation. So there are various ways of um dealing with your emotions, having a positive mindset,
Finding peace.
finding peace. Exactly. So Bible is not the only answer.
Mhm.
Whatever works for you, do it. If exercise works for you, if it
Yeah.
helps you to have a stable mind and
Mhm.
body and have peace inside,
Mhm.
then do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people like go on a journey, like
Yeah.
go to temples and whatnot,
Yes.
right?
I do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if that would help, yeah,
Yeah. Do it.
people, then
Yeah.
do it.
Mm.
Right? It's good for your mental health, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and
Mm.
your spirituality as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about talked about Irish a lot about we've known Irish now in a
This
much
this
deeper
K
level.
biscuit.
Yeah, that's KB skin. Oh my gosh, I can't. I just can't. All right. From now on, people, I'm gonna be calling her the scabies girl.
Scabies girl.
The scabies girl.
Oh
That's
my
so
god! Please
funny.
don't search on the word scabies.
Please do. We will include that in the word vocabulary of the day.
Oh my
All
god!
right.
No.
And she's gonna be editing it too. So she's gonna make an example
I will
sentence
remove.
using her name. Well, anywho, well, that starts our first episode. Oh no, that's our first episode of
For this
for this
season.
season.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I'm with my cousin, Irish,
Yes.
and we were able to get to know her a little bit more, a little bit deeper
Mm.
this time. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you,
And
guys.
yeah, see you or listen to
Talk to
us,
you
talk to you again next time.
next
You
time.
guys have a good day. This is Brighter Podcast, and my name is Dan, your new host. See you next time. Bye bye.